Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Dark Side of Astrology. This is Oneyda, and I figure I'd do something different today and go live on YouTube. I've never done a live before on YouTube, so this is a first for me. And throughout the holiday weekend, well, New Year's Eve weekend, I was kind of deciding what to do, whether I should record or make a live. So I decided to do a live just because I wanted to see how lives work on YouTube, and kind of want to play with this idea of giving the astrological energy as if I'm giving the weather report. So let's get to this. So today is Monday, January 4th, 2021. Welcome to 5-year. So with that being said, 2021 adds up to a 5. In numerology, 5s are all about change, creativity, learning to step back and allow the change to occur, and not getting too caught up with whatever things you think should be transpiring or unfolding, learning to trust in the process of change. And I was saying throughout November and December when I started making more videos, that 2020 was really the lead up to this new year of 2021. 2020 was really a year of just, things come like falling apart, breaking, like basically just like falling apart and and not but being destroyed completely. We have to remember that we still have Mars and Aries, and whenever the action planet, that red planet, moves into its home sign, it gets really active, and things start moving a lot quicker. Things start getting destroyed that no longer work, and it's kind of like an all-out war, only because those that are still holding on to certain things, have a hard time with moving forward. Like, they don't want to leave things behind, they just want to keep going forward, like bringing that with them forward, I should say. Whereas the Martian and Aries energy is not about, like checking to see who's, behind them. It's about, moving forward, and getting there first, so with that being said, we have to be careful with 2021 that we're not trying to rush things and trying to get there first. We're all at our own pace, and we're all moving how we're meant to be moving. I'm sure that a lot of you, that watch, different spiritual people on YouTube, different readers, different astrologers, all, different types of people that are in, this spiritual community. They've all been saying, we're jumping timelines, there's shifts happening. And the reason why everyone is saying this is because we are in this energy of Aquarius. We have two big planets, Saturn and Jupiter, all in Aquarius, plus a smaller planet, Pallas, is in Aquarius too. So when we have two of the big planets in a sign, there's a lot of big things that will start happening and will start changing. And a lot of people are really feeling the shift of time. Like a lot of people are realizing, that they're in a timeline or a time frame that they didn't think that they would be in maybe 3-5 years ago. 3 years ago, we had Saturn move into its home sign of Capricorn, and last year we had Jupiter move into Capricorn too. So things kind of like slowed down, and not that it came to a halt, but it definitely slowed down because we were made to assess and really analyze everything that we were, doing, whether it was going to be long term or not. Now with Saturn in Aquarius and Jupiter in Aquarius, we are doing long term, and we're trying to figure out what from the past could be brought into this present moment that will remain for the long term. So, it's this big thing where people are knowing, everything in them is telling them, I have to move forward. I have to keep going forward, but there's so many people that don't know how to let go and how to break free. And they don't know how to walk on their own, without someone holding their hand or without them checking back all the time, and we have to be careful with that, because if we keep turning around, we're going to wind up getting stuck. And you're not good, and you're going to get stuck in your movement, and you're not going to continue going forward. You got to remember, we're in a new beginning. Okay, that's another thing too that I'm sure a lot of you have noticed. Everyone's talking about how we're in the age of Aquarius now. This is the age of Aquarius. The great conjunction that we had in December was all about entering the age of Aquarius. I'm here to say, in my humble opinion, we've been in the age of Aquarius. Okay, and it's just that the great conjunction time leaped us forward. We jumped time. That is what happened. And everything that we've been fantasizing about, working so hard, giving all this energy to, it's here. Okay, it's now in the material. It's tangible. We could touch it. We could taste it. We could feel it. We could see it. It's here in our vicinity. Like it's in front of our eyes. Whereas before, we didn't know whether it was there or not. We knew that we had to work towards it, and that's what we were doing. We were laying all the groundwork down. We had the blueprint, the outline, the plan, and we started laying the groundwork down. And now with this Aquarius energy, what's happening is we're trying to figure out if our structure, not that if our structure is strong, our structure is strong. That's why, we spend all that time building it, laying the foundation, laying the cement, and doing everything that we had to do. But now that we're in this energy of Aquarius, we're trying to figure out what should go inside our structure, and whether this structure is doable, and do we want to do this alone? Should we continue alone, or should we bring in someone that's going to help us figure things out? Now, wanting and desiring, help, or to have someone help you in your world is very different than having this need. Okay, and with the Aquarian energy, Aquarians, they're notorious for being known for being quite loners, for being very disattached, for ghosting people and stuff like that. And so, these next coming of years, we do, it's not a risk, but it is very plausible, that we will continue to do a lot of things alone. When the time is right, someone will come in to help, with the figuring of things out, but when we bring in whatever person we're bringing in, whether it's, friendship, family, business, romantic, we are going to have a different set of standards and expectations. And I'm here to tell you, whatever expectations you do have to let go of and disattach, because, expectations, as good as they are to have, they're also bad to have. Because if people aren't living up to your expectations or what you think should be expected, you're going to have a really difficult time this time, like this year, the next 2 years. You have to be in the here and now, in the present moment, and be willing and open-minded to be receptive to what the universe feels is right for you. I know that there's people that don't believe in right and wrong. It's just, it is, that's basically like the philosophy, like there is no right or wrong. It's just is. And that is true, but there is morals, you know what I'm saying? And we also got to remember that whatever we're doing at the time will be right for us, and even if it's wrong for us at the time, we wouldn't know that if we weren't in that time, in that moment in time, figuring that out. A lot of the times you have to be in that moment in order to figure out whether this is right or this is wrong for you. And with this Aquarius energy that we're in, it's really, it comes down to that, like, is this right or is this wrong for me? That's and another thing too that I want to bring up is, you're going to hear a lot from different people: trust your intuition, go by your intuition. I'm here to say is make sure that it is your intuition that's leading you, and it's not this incense, need, desire, or want that's leading you forward. If you by now don't know the difference between intuition, logic, and emotion, you will learn it this year, because we're all going to realize how interconnected we are, and how intuition is a very real thing, because we're all getting insight, from our higher selves. I know a lot of people like calling it spirit, but it's your higher self. We need to come out of these terms that we used during the age of Pisces and come into more, you know, here and now terms that are more modern, which is, you know, your higher self is leading you. Okay. And, you know, you are connected with your higher self. There's a reason why we have chakras, you know, like our crown chakra connects to our higher self into all the different chakras above our head that continues on to connect to the higher self and to source. Okay. And source is whatever you think source is, whether you think source is the universe, the cosmos, God, the angels, whatever it is that you think it is, you know, but just know, you know, you're not being steered in the wrong direction. Do you really believe that your higher self would steer you in the wrong direction? You know, so that's the other thing too. Like, you know, we have to kind of come to terms with ourselves, you know, and realize, you know, would I be doing something, you know, out of the ordinary, you know, something that might cause me harm or cause some conflict in my life type of thing? You know, majority of the time we do, because we're going through life. A lot of people just go through life. They're not experiencing life. They're not living their life. They're just going through life. So we have to be in this energy of, you know, that we're experiencing life, and, you know, and we are open to what life has to offer us. You know, a lot of the times we really don't know what's best for us, but yet our higher self does, because our higher self knows us, you know, knows yourself, you know, from the moment you were, you know, created into the moment you're no longer physical in this realm. You know, so that's the other thing too. We're going to learn a lot about different dimensions and how, you know, these dimensions do exist. You know, some people are saying that we are in the 5D already, that this is it, because of the fact that we had the great conjunction in with the great conjunction that we had in the Aquarius energy, and well, the great conjunction was Jupiter and Saturn. My mind like drew a blank there. And I want to say that we are, you know, but there's still people in the 3D. There's still people stuck in the 4D. All they're doing is just manifesting, 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 but they're not in the 5D where they're actualizing their manifestations. Like, it hasn't become a tangible thing. It's not real yet. You know, so a lot of people, you know, haven't taken that jump, you know, they haven't moved forward in that timeline. So that's why I was saying, you know, with the Martian energy and the Aries energy, you got to understand this is not a race, and there's no first place. You know, you're going to get where you're going to get when you get there. And that's really what it comes down to. You know, it doesn't come down to, I need to get there fast. I need to make things move quickly. You know, I need to be in this. I need to do this. The more you think that way, the more the universe is going to pull you away and pull you away further, further away from what it is that you think you need to be doing. Okay. And it's just more of a matter of being open and receptive and allowing, you know, the wind to take you where it's meant to take you. Like, let's say, like, you know, when you're on like a sailboat or something like that, you don't go against the wind. You know, you're going with the wind. You know, you as a sailor are navigating your boat, you know, with a compass, you know, and with the elements, which is the water, the wind. You know, you're navigating that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not dictating it. You know, the elements are. You know, so we have to be in that type of mind frame where, you know, the universe is leading us. And it's not that we're following the universe, but it's a light. Okay, because so many people are in the dark, so many people are still in fear, you know, and they don't know how to move forward, you know, because they think they have to bring everything with them from the past. And if there's one thing the Aquarius energy is going to teach us, is how to detach, how to let go, you know, and not detach and let go in the sense where you're thinking that, you know, if you just step to the side, you know, and you come in once in a while, you'll be able to, you know, rein in and control things. You know, we got to remember the Aquarius energy is a fixed sign. It's the last of the 4 fixed signs, and they're control freaks as well, you know, because they think that they know best. And, you know, they think a lot of the times that the flashes of vision that they get, the insights that they get, is reality, and it's gonna be that way. But in reality, it's an idea, you know, and it is an insight, but that doesn't mean that what you're seeing is exactly how it's gonna unfold or transpire. And that's where the learning how to let go comes in. Because these ideas and insights that you're getting, these psychic flashes, are really just like a roadmap. Like it's telling you, like, look, here's this thing here, and here's how you can get there, but whether you keep going forward with it or not is up to you. It's your free will, right? So just know that this year, excuse me, that this year there's a lot of changes happening. It's a 5 year, and the changes are they're not going to be, like they're going to be nonstop, I should say. There's not going to be breaks in between. Like the month of January, there's so much activity happening that we're going to be like, what the hell? A lot of people are going to be like, what the hell? I thought 2021 was supposed to be back to normal. Everything was going to be, right as rain. No, people. We are in times of change. We are in times of upgrades. We are in times of evolution, and it's not what it used to be anymore. Those days are long gone. Those days were gone, in the beginning of 2020 in March, when the whole, at least for us here in the States, everything changed for us in March. For other countries that happened before that, they started the year, being, in the midst of the pandemic, and we're still in it, people. Like it hasn't gone away. It's not going away anytime soon. So we have to start getting accustomed and used to. I mean, you don't have to do shit. You don't have to get accustomed or used to anything, and you keep living the life that you're living and living in the same mind frame that you're living. But I'm here to tell you, you're going to have a really hard time these next 3 years, and this year in particularly, because this year is literally the year of change, where everything's going to change, and it's going to happen one after the other, after the other, after the other. We're not going to be able to breathe. Okay, that breath that we got when the Great Conjunction happened, even before that, when Saturn left Capricorn and moved into Aquarius, and then when Jupiter left Capricorn and moved into Aquarius, then we had the Great Conjunction. It felt like we all took a deep breath and we all exhaled it out at the same time. Well, that was the breath we needed to start the new year. Okay, so January is going to be a month full of activity. February, oh man. I don't want to go too far ahead, but I'm here to say, like, forget those days of everything being the same, because it's not, and expect the unexpected. What you think you knew is not what you know anymore, because it doesn't work in this here and now, in this present moment anymore, and we're going to start learning that. We're going to start learning how we are in this here and now, and we have to be in the here and now, because things are moving along, and they're moving forward. So I am going to say where the planets are today, where they're all positioned. So the sun is still in Capricorn. We're still in Capricorn season. We have our moon in Virgo, and we have Mercury in Capricorn, Venus in Sagittarius, Mars is in Aries, Jupiter and Saturn are both in Aquarius. Uranus is still retrograding in Taurus, but it will station direct this week. Stations direct this week. Neptune is in Pisces, Pluto's in Capricorn, the true node is in Gemini, Lilith is still in Taurus, and Chiron is still in Aries. So we do have some nice like Earth energy happening here. We have Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus. Those are the three Earth signs. So there's definitely, there could be like this feeling of like feeling like you're stuck again, like things aren't moving, like what the hell happened? How come everything like kind of like halted and stopped? And it's just, it's only because, there's going to be days where the universe is going to be like, all right, people, take a break. Here's a day of rest. So rest today. If you're being called to rest, rest. If you're being called, to go over something again and find calm, then do so. If what you're trying to do is actualize something, then, be determined about it. Don't give up, and know that you have everything on your side. Everything's, cheering you on. You're fully supported. There's definitely, things working in your favor. You know, we got to remember that Jupiter, as much as it's the planet of expansion, philosophy, and higher learning, it's also the planet of luck, you know, and there's going to be a lot of times during this year where you're going to feel really, really lucky and blessed. Like you're going to be like, wow, that was lucky, you know, and there's going to be some times where you're going to be like, holy shit, that was truly unlucky. What the hell was I thinking? So, you know, just expect this year to be a year of just many, many changes. You know, don't get, you know, caught up or hung up on how things gotta be and how it's gonna be, because it's not like that no more, honey. Like, you know, those days are long gone. We have this, you know, Aquarius energy, this air energy where things are just moving. And the thing is that, you know, the Aquarius energy is very fast paced, like it moves quick, you know, and even when it does rest, it only rests for a little bit and then it's up again and it's moving. You know, it's constantly on the go. Again, you know, their element is air. So, you know, they're made to move forward all the time. So I am going to switch it up and I'm going to use the Animalkin Oracle deck to pull a card for the day. So this is the deck that I'm going to use. I want to see what animal wants to talk to us today and see what message it has for us. So I am going to shuffle. And I want to say thank you for tuning in, for subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing on the videos. You know, do expect me to do lives. I think I'm going to stick with doing lives. I'm gonna do lives every day this week. I want to see how it works out this week. Let's do that. Let me not jump too far ahead, because you know I say one thing and then I change my mind. It's Sagittarius in me. The Capricorn in me is like, damn girl, you're already moving on. And it's like, well, I gotta see what works, you know, before I really fully commit myself to anything. So, I mean, you know, making the videos every day, it's been working. It's just like it's driving me crazy, you know. That the views that I'm getting on the videos, but I know that has a lot to do with wordplay, and I'm still trying to figure that one out. Even though I'm really great with my words, like I don't understand. But anyways, so here I am shuffling. Oh, also visit the website at darksideastrology.com, and you'll know, and you will see January's astrological forecast for the month. And yeah, check out the description box for a lot of goodies that are on there. And let me see, anything else? No, I do want to say welcome to the new subscribers of my channel. You know, I do hope that you enjoy the content on this channel and that you stick around and, you know, you enjoy your stay. So let's see what Monday's message is, what animal wants to talk to us this Monday. Let's see here. Let's cut it into 3. Go with the left. Ooh, how nice. And we have seahorse for love. How beautiful. Look at this. Very nice. So, you know, definitely this is a day to do everything in love. You know, to be in the energy of love. You know, if you don't love what you're doing today, or if you don't love your job, or you don't love the person that you're with, maybe it's time to move forward, you know, to keep going. Seahorses, what I love about seahorses, I don't know if they mate for life. I do know that it's the male that is the one who carries the eggs, you know, for the new babies. I'm gonna look it up to see if seahorses mate for life, but I don't know if they do. I think they might. You know, and you know, the male is a very active participant in the whole process of, you know, of life, of giving life. So I want to say that they do, because why would this person? Yes, they are monogamous and they do mate for life. Right. So rare still, they are among the only animal species on Earth in which the male bears the unborn young. So I like this. I love the pictures that they have here of the seahorse, of the seahorses. Very nice. So they do mate for life. So like that's what I was trying to say, earlier in the video. Everything that we're doing now is for the long term. That's exactly what we're doing. We are in our long term energy, manifestation, actualization. Like everything that we're doing is for the long term. If you're still working on, instant gratification and, getting things done like for the here and now, again, you're gonna have a hard time this year. And I'm here, like my channel is called The Dark Side of Astrology for a reason. I don't talk about the feel good, generalization of astrology. I talk about the dark side of astrology because there is such thing as yin and yang. There's such thing as balance. There's day, there's night. So just like how there's the feel good generalization of, let's say, a Sagittarius. Oh man, they're fun loving, they're so optimistic, they're great, they're great people once you capture them, because everyone's always trying to capture a Sagittarius. Great people once you capture a Sagittarius, but then here comes the dark side. Oh, and that's the other good thing. Oh, go to a Sagittarius for the truth. They tell you how it is. But then don't go to a Sagittarius, because they're so vile with their words. They're so tactless, they're always so blunt, always speaking their mind, blah, blah. Like they have no remorse for other people's feelings. They have no consideration for other people's feelings. The dark side of Sagittarius, they never settle down. They're always on the go. They're moving here, they move there. People, everyone has their dark and everyone has their light, okay? Just like a Taurus, a Taurus is known for being the most stubborn, and that's their good side. Imagine their dark side. Their dark side is like, woe is me, and you're going to do as I say, because if not, there's going to be a real big problem, So with the seahorses, we definitely want to be working towards long term. I'm telling you right now, if whatever it is that you're doing today, you realize at that moment, I don't love what I'm doing here. I don't love where I am. I don't love this person that I'm with. I don't love this job. I don't love the way that I look. Do something about it. Figure it out. Fix it. Remember, Aquarius energy, a fixed sign. Fixed sign means that these people, these 4 zodiac signs, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius, they're known for fixing. Okay, they fix people. They fix things, they fix situations, they fix whatever the hell it is that they think needs fixing. And if you want someone to help you in fixing things, you would go to a fixed sign, but it comes at a cost. There's always a cost to something. And that cost is you either do it their way, and you're going to hear about how their way is the best way, okay? Or you figure it out on your own. And sometimes, people, it's best to figure it out on your own. But that's coming from Sagittarius, who doesn't like hearing other people's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, if I'm asking you for help, I don't need you telling me why you're helping me, all this stuff. I know why you're helping me. That's why I'm here. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely want to be in that energy of not being, well, I told you so type of energy. Well, this is the only way. No. Open-mindedness. That's the great thing about the Aquarius energy. They're open-minded, and by them being open-minded, out of the 4 fixed signs, they're the ones who know that being open-minded with change allows the change to happen. But it takes many, many, many years of them still trying to control the change that they know is best, and yet they will somehow fuck up that change. You understand what I'm saying? Because when you know something and you feel that you know it and this is it, that doesn't mean that this is it. That means that, this is an idea. So what are we doing with this idea? How are we going to bring it into a tangible? So again, if you don't love where you're at this precise moment, then you have to do something to change that. And the change comes with you. Okay, if you wait for the universe to do it, you're going to cry about it. You're going to bitch about it. You're not going to like the way it's being done, because it's going to do it in a way where you won't go back to it anymore. And you can't sit there and say, once again, oh, I don't love this anymore. Long-term, people, we're thinking about long-term changes, long-term stability. And if you want love, and you want a good partner that's going to be there for you, whether it's a man, whether it's a woman, whatever, as long as it's not, you're not into bestiality. That's the only thing that matters. But if what you want is a man or a woman, then you have to work towards that. It's not just a matter of you sitting there and being like, well, I want a good man. Well, I want a good woman. And then they're just going to materialize out of thin air and land on your lap. I mean, I wish it was that simple, like it'd be great, and you don't have to put in any work or effort towards that. And you don't have to put on the nice mask that everyone wears when they're first meeting people or getting to know someone all over again. You know what I'm saying? So just be in this here and now and really assess what you're doing today and whether you're happy with where you're at. And if you love with where you're at and with who you're at, with who you are with. And if you don't, then today has to be the day where you are going to do something about it. Today, we do have Jupiter semi-squaring Neptune. And basically what that means is that there's like a little bit of friction. That's what I want to say. It's more a little bit, it's more friction than conflict. And it's very much about, your ideas, your imaginations, your fantasies, your dreams, okay? The dreams that you've been wanting to materialize. And maybe in the past, they weren't able to materialize because it wasn't time yet. Now that we're in this time frame, in this timeline, now it's time for it to materialize. But there's some sort of friction. There's some sort of conflict, I guess, if that's the better word. But there's something, that it's kind of like in the way, but it's really not in the way. Okay. And you'll know that there's really not a problem once you open up your mind. Okay. And you allow Jupiter, the planet of expansion, fortune, and luck, to be like, okay, well, if this is what you want, then here's this lucky thing. Go with it. Why not go with it? What's the problem? And then with the Neptune energy, you got to be very grounded in this reality that you're not living in a fantasy world from 10 years ago and you're trying to materialize this in the here and now, and it's not going to work how it would have worked 10 years ago. You can still bring that dream into fruition, but you have to adjust it. You have to be open to that. It's a whole different circumstance now. It's a whole different timeline. So it's going to materialize and unfold in a different way. And if you're still combating that, like, no, it's got to be done this way because this is the way that I saw it and I know that this is how it's got to be, dream's going to go bye-bye. You really don't want this. You just want what you want. You don't want the overall. And we got to remember, people, it's not just about us. It's about everybody that's involved in our world. Okay. And when we start thinking in terms of, it's not just me, but it's everybody that's in my world, your whole world is going to change. And it's going to get a lot more easier to materialize and actualize the dreams that you want done. So today, if you see seahorses and you see the word love, it's a reminder that, do you love what you love? Do you love who you love? Do you love where you're at? Do you love yourself? And if what you want is that lifelong mate, your husband, your wife, that's what you want, what are you doing to make that happen? It's up to you. Thank you for tuning in. I hope everyone has a great day. Namaste.